Today we're going to talk about journaling in Obsidian. The problem with journaling is that it's hard to look back and get a bird's eye view of your entire year. By the end of this video, you're going to learn not only my entire journaling process, but also how to easily see your entire year at a glance and see in an instant which weeks went perfect, terrible, and everything in between. In this video, I'll be making the assumption that you know and understand YAML as well as Dataview. If you don't, make sure to watch these videos before watching this one. Journaling is an essential part of my life, and if you're watching this, you probably know the many health and life benefits of journaling. So we're going to skip that part and go right into the video. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are at our Mastering Obsidian Vault, and over here we have the book database that we created in the last video. So if this looks interesting to you, make sure to give that video a go as well. So let's now look at our requirements, and the first requirement is to have the templates core plugin turned on. You can toggle this on by simply coming here to Settings, Core Plugins, and toggling this here on. Once you toggle it on, you need to come here to the templates page, and all you need to do here is to tell the templates plugin where your templates live. For me, I have a templates folder, so I'm going to leave this here as templates. I have a dedicated video all about templates, so if you want to check that out, I'm going to link to it right here. And then we need to have the Dataview plugin installed, and as you can see, mine's installed and it sits right here. And lastly, we need to have the periodic notes community plugin installed, and mine's already installed here. If you just installed the calendar plugin in your system and you don't see the calendar right here, it's because it defaults to somewhere around here. So it'll probably be living over here and it's hidden because you have it on backlinks or on tag. So to get around this, just drag and drop it to wherever you want it to be placed. For me, I like it on the bottom right, and now you have the calendar here. We're then going to need to do some basic configurations over here on the calendar plugin, but we're going to leave that to the later chapters of this video. Alright, so let's now go over configuring our template. And much like everything related to Obsidian, I want to minimize my friction, and the easiest way to do that is by automating as much as I can with templates. In the requirements chapter, we toggled on the templates plugin and gave it a template location. In my case, it's just templates and it sits right here. So now we need to create a weekly note template. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to create a new note, and I'm going to call it weekly note template. Now I take weekly journaling at a religious level of discipline. I simply don't miss it no matter what happens. As for daily journaling, that's only when I feel like it or something either really good or really bad happened that day. So because of that, this video is focused more on a weekly time frame. But what you learn here is applicable to any journal frequency you choose to implement. So now I'm going to copy and paste my weekly template from my main vault, and it's going to look like this. As you can see, it's nothing fancy, but the most important bit here is the YAML header. So let's go over it. Over here we have location, and this used to be helpful because I used to travel a lot, and even though I don't really travel anymore, I still enjoy having it here. We then have a tags YAML header, but it automatically defaults to weekly reviews because I like all my weekly reviews to have a weekly reviews tag. And then we have aliases here, and I went over this in my markdown video, which I'll link to as well over here. But all that this is a way to search for our notes that isn't just the file name. So over here, I can do something like the one where I filmed journaling video. So then I can just press Command O and type in the one where, and it's going to tell me the one where I filmed the journaling video. It's just a much easier way to search for your notes. And you can learn a lot more about aliases and markdown in general on that video that I linked to above. And this was probably subconsciously picked up from the show Friends. If you watch Friends, you know, this is also how they name their episodes. So I don't know, I probably picked it up from there, but I've gotten used to it and I like it. Another reason I like to have the one where or the one when in front of all my aliases so that when I go on Command O to search for a new note and I type in the one where, it's only going to show me notes that have that aliases, which is only weekly reviews. So then when you have hundreds of weekly reviews, having something like this in place makes it much easier to search them. So now let me get rid of this because this is a template and not an actual weekly note. And then we have the enjoyment YAML header, and this is what we're going to use to build up the table that you saw on the thumbnail. So then I like to put in a square emoji for different colors to represent how well or how bad my week went. So you can use your operating system's emoji. For instance, if you're on a Mac OS, you can use Control Command Space, and it's going to pop up with your emoji tab. And then you can click on any of these emojis and it's going to be copied into your clipboard. So we can just put in a green square and then copy and paste it into here. If you're on Windows, you also have a way to display the emojis. I forgot the exact command, but I'm going to type it in the description below. And then if you have something like Alfred, and for those of you that don't know, Alfred is just basically the spotlight on steroids. So then I can just start Alfred and toggle on E for my emoji workflow and put in a green square, and I already have it here because I've used it in the past. And then the same way, just copy and paste it into here. Alfred is honestly amazing, and it's one of the main reasons that I use my Mac more than I use my Windows PC. If you want me to make a dedicated video on Alfred and all the workflows I use it, then let me know in the comments and I will. If you don't want to use any of these options, you can always use the emoji plugin and then use the command palette in Obsidian to get the emojis there. So to do that, we can just come here to community plugins, browse, emoji, and there's no configuration. You install it, then you enable it, and then you come here and press Command P for command palette, emoji toolbar, and now you have an emoji toolbar right here in Obsidian. So now we need to go into the calendar plugin settings and do some basic configuration. And here there's a note saying that the calendar is best used in conjunction with either the daily notes plugin or the periodic notes plugin, available in the community plugins catalog. So this is one of the reasons why we're using the periodic notes. And for those of you that are interested in why this is happening, is because some of the functionality of the calendar plugin, such as the weekly notes, templates, and scripts, is being deprecated in favor of the periodic notes plugin. So let's start from the bottom here and enable the show week number. All that this does is that so when you press it, you can see here that we have the week numbers. And then we have confirm for creating a new note. That's up to you. Start week on, for me, the default on Monday is fine. And then over here, words per dot, this is just how many words should be represented by a single dot. So in this case, 400, all that this means is once you come here and you create a new note for week 24, and I'm just gonna paste in a bunch of lorem ipsum text, you can see that right now we have 1 dot. So I'm gonna paste some more. So now we have 3 dots. And if I keep on going, I'm sure there's more and more dots that are gonna show up. Yeah, exactly. You can just adapt this as you build more and more weekly journals. So then that's done for the calendar plugin, and we can come here to periodic notes plugin where we're gonna do all the remaining configuration. And as you can see in the periodic notes, we have daily notes, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and even yearly. And in my main vault, like I said before, I do take some daily notes and I take every weekly note and every yearly note. But like I said before, in this video, we're gonna focus more on weekly notes. So over here, the format, I'm gonna leave it as default. For the weekly note template, we could just put in the weekly note template that we just created. And in here, note folder, this is just where the plugin will place the new weekly notes. So for me, I like to have it under journal and then weekly to keep it all organized. So then if you use this plugin and you actually use all 5 of these different note types, you can have them all as subfolders inside the journal folder. So let's give this a try and make sure that it works. So over here on the calendar, you can see that today is June 30th and this upcoming Sunday will be July 3rd. And I will be making my weekly journal for that week on week 26. So I'm gonna come here, click create, and you can see that the template was applied. And if we come here to the side in journal weekly, we can see that we now have this exact note living here under the weekly subfolder. So I'm just gonna fill in the YAML headers and let's just give this a location, home, tags, weekly reviews. So over here on aliases, this actually happened this week, which is my friend Luke got engaged. So I'm gonna put that there. And then enjoyment, I'm gonna give this probably a green square. And then for date, although this isn't really needed, I like to put in today and just make sure that I wrote this at the exact date that I should. In case there's some mistakes, that I clicked on the wrong week, I can just come back here and easily see which date I actually wrote this on. And if you're wondering how I just did that at today, like this, at today or tomorrow, it's just by using the natural language dates plugin. Okay, so it's now time for the Dataview table. This is the part where we're gonna recreate what's on the thumbnail. And for that, I'm gonna create a new note. And I like to call it weeks in color, a bit cheesy, but you can call it whatever you want. And then the Dataview query is so simple, I'm not even gonna bother copying from my main vault. So over here, Dataview, I want a table for aliases and enjoyment from journal weekly. And once I hit the preview mode, there you go, we have our weeks in color table just starting. As always, it's all automated. So if I come here and I add a new note next week and I call it the one where nothing happened, which is ironically probably what's happening next week. And then in here, enjoyment, I can just give it a yellow square, copy and paste it. And then we come back to our weeks in color table, and as you can see, it was already updated here. So I'm just gonna add 3 other weekly notes so this looks a bit fuller. Okay, so I just added a few others here, and don't worry, I did not win the lottery. That did not happen. And then as always, you can sort and organize your Dataview table via sort commands. And I know a lot of people are now using the sortable plugin, which is the plugin that you install it, no configuration needed, and then you can just press the headers and it will sort accordingly. I don't know why I never really got it to work perfectly for me, and I've gotten so used to sort my Dataview tables in the manual way that I don't really bother at all. So let's now talk about further customization. And some that come to mind is if we come here to the weekly notes template and we add a different header here, something like Y. So in this case, you put in the aliases and then the enjoyment, and then in here, you could have something like why. And this could be just a really short one-sentence explanation as to why you gave the enjoyment card that you did. So if you give it a orange or yellow card or even red, you can just put in a quickly why here, such as too much stress or took on too much, or really whatever you can think of. And this is so that your future self, whenever he comes into weeks in color, he can see it immediately why you gave this enjoyment in the past. So for something like this, it would be ideal to use a page for each year, since you're gonna have presumably 52 weeks over here. I then also have a separate page for my yearly reviews, which is actually called Years in Color, and it has a similar but completely different Dataview table. And that's because of many reasons. One of them being that I don't want to rank a year as good or bad, since there's so much that happens in a year, it's kind of hard to generalize like that. And let me know if you want to see how I do my yearly reviews in the comments below, and I'll be happy to make it. And then this makes it so attractive to go back and relive some of your best moments. Like, let's say I actually did win the lottery. You can bet that I would go here into week 25 and reread how I felt, for years to come. Another thing to keep in mind is, let's say that you have a small screen or you like to have a lot of text in the aliases. So over here, the one where I won the lottery, let's pretend that I added a lot more here. So then when I come back to our weeks in color, you can see that there's some trimming being done here for this alias. And to get around that, if you're using the minimal theme, there's a great companion app to it called the minimal theme settings. And once you install it, you can come down here to the tables part and toggle this part, trim Dataview columns off. And once you toggle it off and you come back here, you can see that instead of trimming it, it just gives it an extra line and some more space, which I think looks much better than having it trimmed over there. If you enjoyed this video, I'm confident that you're going to enjoy these two over here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.